Hello everyone and welcome back to The Perfect French with Dylan. Today we're gonna learn the French adjectives, how to use them, the rules, and where to place them in a sentence. As usual, you can grab the PDF of this lesson on my website, theperfectfrench.com. You can also register to get freebies here and there and my lesson by email every week on Thursday at theperfectfrench.com/freebies. The link is going to be in the description box. All the videos that I'm going to talk about today are all going to be in the description box as well. This week we are going to see on Wednesday the vocabulary lesson will be about adjectives as well, 50 adjectives, feminine, masculine. On Thursday, if you remember last week, we saw 12 ways to say yes in French. Well, this week obviously we are saying 12 ways to say no. Now we can start the lesson. So, about adjective, there are 3 rules that you should know. The first one is that most of the French adjectives are placed after the noun. Obviously, they can also be placed after a verb, but when it's referred to a noun, it's most likely going to be after the noun. However, rule number 2, you know, French is full of irregular things and surprises. This is another one. Some of them, and the most common one, are going to be before. We call them the bangs. Bangs. It goes for beauty, age, number, goodness, and size. So every adjective that refers to that is most likely going to be before the noun. And the third thing that you should know is that they change depending if the noun is feminine, masculine, singular, or plural. To know if a noun is feminine or masculine, I have a video on that. I also have a video about the plural of noun. I'm going to both link them in the description box. Regarding the plural of adjectives, most of them are regular. So when an adjective ends with E, T, D, R, F, for the plural we just add a S. When the adjective ends with a X, we don't add anything. However, the 2 exceptions are the ending in AL, AL, for masculine pluriel, it's gonna turn into AUX. And the EAU, it's gonna turn into a EAUX, masculine, same thing. We are going to see too, so don't worry about that. Let's see some examples. For all of them, I'm going to have masculin, féminin, singulier, and then masculin, féminin, pluriel. So you can see the example. For the adjectives ending with E, comme jeune, jeune, young. So this one is one of the bang, because it's referred to the age. Bangs, remember? Beauty, age. So this one is one of them. So it's going to be before the noun. So for masculin, singulier, un jeune homme. Un jeune homme. Féminin, une jeune fille. Une jeune fille. Then pluriel, des jeunes hommes. Des jeunes, we can even say des jeunes hommes, link, des jeunes hommes, and des jeunes femmes, des jeunes femmes. So you see how everything takes a S, everything, jeune, femme, homme, jeune, same thing. Now the adjectives ending in E, E. The example today we're gonna see meublé, meublé, furnished. So we have un appartement meublé, so it doesn't change. But if we look at the féminin, une maison meublée, une maison meublée. Well then meublé takes another E, because the feminine noun. So une maison meublée et E. Then masculin pluriel, des appartements meublés. Des appartements meublés, des maisons meublées. Des maisons meublées. For the adjectives ending in ET, ET. Now we're going to see complet, complet. So we don't say complète, we don't pronounce the T, we say complet. I have a playlist about pronunciation I'm going to put down in the description box. So complet means complete. So for the masculin, un jeu complet. Un jeu complet, nothing changed. But for the feminine, une histoire complète, complète. So here, the E before the T becomes E, and then we add a E, complète. And then pluriel, des jeux complets, we add S, des histoires complètes. Des histoires complètes. So same thing that the féminin, but we just add a S. Now for the adjective ending in ER. ER. It's a bit the same thing that the one that we just saw. You're going to quickly see that. We are going to see dernier. Dernier. Last. For the masculin, le dernier croissant. Le dernier croissant. For the feminine, la dernière pâtisserie. So you see here, it's exactly the same that complete. We add a E at the end, and then the E before the R becomes E. Dernière. And then the pluriel, les derniers croissants, les dernières pâtisseries. For the adjective ending in D, this one is really easy. We're just going to add a E. Very easy. Un café chaud. Chaud. So we don't pronounce the D at the end. Hein? Un café chaud. Une boisson chaude. Une boisson chaude. Des cafés chauds. Chaud. So you see here, we're just going to add a S. DS. Des cafés chauds. Des boissons chaudes. Des boissons chaudes. For the one ending in EF, if we see actif, actif, for example, un jour actif, actif. But une journée active, active. So you see that the F becomes VE, VE. Une journée active. So des jours actifs, so FS, des jours actifs, des journées actives, actives. For the one ending in EUX, EUX, we are going to see pluvieux, pluvieux, rainy. Un temps pluvieux, un temps pluvieux. Une matinée pluvieuse, pluvieuse. So the X become SE. Une matinée pluvieuse. Des jours pluvieux. So you can see that even if jour is plural, we do not add anything after X. We never add anything after X. Des jours pluvieux. But for the feminine, it changes a bit. Des matinées pluvieuses, pluvieuses. Now the adjectives ending in S, like gros, big. The masculine is relatively easy as usual. Un gros livre. Un gros livre, a big book. But the feminine becomes a tiny bit more complicated. Une grosse voiture. Une grosse voiture. So you can see that we double the S and we add a E. Grosse. And then the pluriel, des gros livres. So livre take a S, but gros doesn't, because it already has a S. Des grosses voitures. Des grosses voitures. We just add a S, because it's a E at the end. For the adjective ending in AL, this one is a tiny bit more confusing, but nothing that too crazy. If we take génial, génial, which means great, génial. Masculin, easy as usual, un cours génial. Un cours génial, a great course. Une recette géniale, géniale. So then we add a E, that's it. Very easy. Une recette géniale. The masculine pluriel becomes a tiny bit more tricky. Des cours géniaux. Géniaux. That's the one I was talking about at the beginning of this lesson. The AL, masculine pluriel, becomes AUX. And this is those ones. Des cours géniaux. But that does not apply for the feminine pluriel. Des recettes géniales. You see that doesn't change, we just add a S. This one is the most common adjective, we use it all the time, bon. Bon, that means good. I even did a video on this one, 17 ways to wish something with bon. Bon anniversaire, happy birthday, bonne année, happy new year, all that. So we don't say happy, we say good. That's the only difference, mostly. But this one is quite particular as well. It's a bit like gros, if you remember, we saw it a few minutes ago. So bon, good, un bon repas, a good meal, so that's good. Also, you can see that this one is before because it refers at the goodness. Un bon repas, une bonne affaire, une bonne affaire, a good deal. So you can see that the N, we double the N and we add a E. So it's really like gros, grosse. And then for pluriel, des bons repas, so we just add a S. Repas doesn't take a S because there's already a S. Des bons repas, des bonnes affaires. Affaires, don't forget the link. Des bonnes affaires. The three next one are going to be the most difficult to use, and we use them a lot, so you really have to know them. The first one is vieux, vieux, old. So for the singulier masculin, there are two ways to write this one. If the noun starts with a H, a silent H, like homme, or with a voyelle, it's going to be vieille, V-I-E-I-L. For example, un vieil homme, un vieil homme. Another one, un vieil arbre, un vieil arbre, an old tree. So you see that this one refers once again to the age, so it's one of the banks, so it goes before. But if the noun does not start with a H or with a voyelle, it's going to be vieux. Vieux. Even though it's singulier, it seems like it's a plural one, but it is singulier. Un vieux costume. Un vieux costume. An old suit. The feminine is vieille. Vieille. Une vieille femme. Une vieille femme. An old woman. For the masculine pluriel, it's only going to be vieux. Vieux. There is no vieille with only one L, it does not apply for the plural. For example, des vieux arbres, des vieux arbres, des vieilles femmes, des vieilles femmes. The next one is also tricky like the other one, but it follows the same rule, is nouveau, nouveau, new. So here for the singulier, it's exactly the same thing. It's going to be nouvelle, nouvelle, with only one L, nouvelle. Only with the noun after start with a silent H or with a voyelle. It's exactly the same thing. I'm going to use the same word, so you will see it's exactly the same thing. Un nouvel homme, un nouvel homme, un nouvel arbre, un nouvel arbre, une nouvelle femme, une nouvelle femme. And then for the plural, we have, for the masculine only, des nouveaux arbres, E-A-U-X, des nouveaux arbres, des nouvelles affaires, des nouvelles affaires. Same thing at the next one, which is beau, beau. Beautiful. It also refers to beauty, so this is before the noun. And it follows exactly the same thing as nouveau and vieux. We have un bel homme, un bel homme, ou un bel arbre, un bel arbre. It's exactly the same thing, only for those three, so remember that. Un beau costume, un beau costume, une belle, belle, une belle femme, une belle femme, des beaux arbres, des beaux arbres, des belles affaires, des belles affaires. The last one is about a regular one, so we have favori masculin, favorite féminin, favorite. Then we have franc, franche. So franc, we don't pronounce the C. Franc, franche. Public, with a C, which becomes QUE. Public, public. For dry, we have sec, SEC, which becomes sèche, sèche. Accent grave, CHE. And then we have the most irregular of all, aigu, means sharp, aigu, aigu. But we don't pronounce it any different. It's just that you put with tréma at the end. I hope you enjoy, I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you liked it. Leave me a comment if you want to practice one of those words in a sentence. I would be more than happy to correct you. If you have any question about French, about me, leave me a comment. I try to answer all of them. You can also connect with me on my Instagram, my Facebook page and this YouTube channel of course. And I will see you soon for another lesson.